Hello. Hi. Hi. Good afternoon. How are you? I am also good. Thanks for asking. Which part are you in India? Are you Indian? Okay, you are from UP, right? Nice. I am from east part of India. My state name is Odisha. Have you been Odisha before? Wow. Then welcome to Odisha. If you get chance, then definitely you come to Odisha and you visit here. And you India has four dham and Puri Jagannath temple, each one of them. Then definitely you come and you visit here. Welcome to Odisha. What do you do? Are you a student or working? Okay. Mhm. Are you studying in your locality or are you studying in different place within UP? Okay. Then do you wanna enhance your English speaking or do you wanna just interact with language learner? Mm-hmm. Right, right. Then do you talk with anyone in English? With your friend, your professor? Do you talk with them? Hmm. Not city people also they don't talk each other in English, right? Because India is a language. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Well-educated people, little bit they interact each other in English. In official people, right, and higher level people, they talk each other in English. But if you want to interact with different category people like a neighbors, native, friends, right, they cannot talk each other in English. You are right. I don't do any kind of job. I'm not a student and I'm a language learner. I want to enhance my English speaking. That's why I'm here. I completed my graduation. Right now I am focusing how to speak better English like you. Then yeah, yeah, you are a good speaker because if you tell about in accent, if you speak like a native speaker, their accent that is a different. Right. But if we convey, okay, then how did you evaluate you are not good at in English? How did you evaluate with yourself? Tell me. Hmm. Definitely. You tell me what's your weak point in English language. Hmm. Second. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. You know, everyone has a different weak point within themselves. Like, right? Language phobia, everyone has language phobia. If you talk about phobia, right? Because, and second thing in vocabulary, that is a tough for everyone, right? Because we have a passive vocabulary inside our head, because while talking with others, we cannot use active vocabulary, right? If you read and remember inside your head all vocabulary, or if you talk with anyone or you don't use that vocabulary, then that is a miss it is not, it is a passive vocabulary, it is not a active vocabulary, right? That is a talk for, of course, right. Mhm. Right. Then tell me one thing. Right. I got your point. I have also that kind of, I don't have lots of vocabulary inside my head. While talking with others, I don't use strong vocabulary. I always use simple vocabulary while talking with others. Right. And whatever I remembered inside my head, that is a passive vocabulary. That is a, everyone face this kind of issue. Okay. Second thing is a language phobia. We have a language phobia, right? And if we interact with familiar people, that's when we have a full of confidence, right? Or if we interact with higher authority people, like a high level people, well educated people, that's when we we underestimate our confidence in front of them. Automatic we feel like a miss shivering and fumble, hesitation, nervousness, that kind of phobia inside, right? If we practice and if we interact with different category people, little bit we overcome that kind of phobia, and it require only practice, right? And grammar, idiom, phrasal verb, that is also required. Grammar, idiom, phrasal verb, vocabulary, all ingredient are backbone of English language, right? But it will take time. It will take time. No one can get overnight, right? But you talk about you want to speak long time like a GD group discussion. If anyone take topic and they deliver their speech in front of anyone, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that topic continuously, then if you cultivate your habit to read any kind of book, that because you collect information through book, right? Then you have to train your mind, because your mind remember all kind of information inside your head while you delivering that speech or that topic in front of anyone, or if you discuss any topic, then your mind provide step by step, right? And step by step any sentences, then it require only practice. That's why language depends practice. How much practice do you do regularly? If you invest 1 hour daily with language, and you invest only today 1 hour and tomorrow you don't get time to interact with anyone, then that is not a practice, right? Or if you do regularly, that is a practice, because we don't follow LSRW, right? That is also big issue. Yeah, we always think right, you are right. We always practice means listening and speaking, but we forget practice. Of course, definitely. That's why determination, devotion, dedication, consistency, self motivation, habit, and discipline, those ingredients required to enhance any language. If you like English speaking, or you means don't want to be devotee of that language, then you cannot maintain your discipline, right? That is a big issue. Procrastination also, right? We always think, we always like-minded people, right? We always like comfort zone. We don't want to interact with different category people, right? Mhm. Right, right. Because we always like only like-minded people, right? Because if someone appreciate us, then we want to interact that person. If someone demotivate us, then we don't want to interact that person, right? But demotivator, they make your weak point. They tell about your weak point, where you are weak. Someone they tell you you are good speaker, but you make mistake, then we accept as a positive way. It's okay. Then that person told about my weak point, then definitely I want to improve. I want to overcome my mistake. We accept that incident, or we accept that feedback as a positive, not a negative. If you accept as a negative way, then you cannot improve yourself, right? That's why, yeah, that's why we need a guider, mentor, and teacher, right? They, what they do it. They also demotivate us. They are also demotivator. They always tell you don't do hard work. You cannot speak. You take long time to speak better English. Then they never appreciate us. They demotivate us. But we accept as a positive way, because they are guider. They are mentor. They are tutor, right? But if same thing someone they tell you, then we hate that person. Why is it? Because we always see teacher, mentor, and guider, they means they are good for us, right? They advise us, they guide us, they are good mentor for us, they help us to build our better future. But demotivator demotivator also, they indirectly help us to be better future, right? Sometimes what happen, weak point, we don't know our weak point, right? Sometimes this kind of, we know, if someone asks what's your weak point, we cannot tell, we cannot elaborate about our weak point, right? If someone tell what's your good habit, you cannot elaborate, means you don't have idea about your good point and bad point, right? That's why haters, they tell you directly what's your weak point. And who appreciate you, they tell about your good point. Then we have to know about our weak point, throw in different category people, right? Then we should not underestimate them in demotivator negative people. We see what's we, they give our feedback or they advise us as a negative way, we accept as a positive way, because we are language learner. No one can get overnight, it will take time. Without practice, no one can speak better way, right? Even though you see who has double degree, they can read, write, and they can write perfectly, they can understand, but they cannot speak single sentence in front of anyone. What is this? They have knowledge, but they cannot speak, means lack of practicing. That is also, they have a low confidence, right? Right now we talk each other, we don't have different option on our hand. I don't know your native language, you don't know my native language, but we are still communicating each other through English, right? You are also language learner, I am also language learner. You also want to enhance your English speaking, I also want to enhance my English speaking, right? Then it require daily basis sometimes, because we don't get time to always talk with anyone or any topic. Language learner, they want to enhance their English speaking, but they don't want to take topic to discuss. That is also big issue, right? Because if you want to enhance our English speaking, then definitely we participate all kind of activity, not only talking. Right now it is a survival language, You asking some question, I reply. I ask some question, you reply. That is a survival language, right? Before you talk about because you don't your mind never provides sentence by step, right? While interact with others, and if you take topic and you cannot deliver half an hour that topic, because you don't have trained mind, right? We have to train our mind, and speaking comes by speaking. If we don't do regularly, then we cannot train our mind, because speaking comes from speaking, and trained mind means mind to tongue. We have to train both tongue also and mind also. Then your mind provide step by step any sentences, or your mouth speak in front of anyone, right? But they don't ready to take topic to discuss. If you take topic to discuss, at least we get chance 5 to 10 minutes to deliver our thought in front of that person and that topic also. People hate that discussion, because if we don't do practice regularly, then how can we improve our language, right? It is a language. Then if you read any book and if you meet any people, then you cannot discuss about that book, you cannot discuss the topic, right? Then if we don't talk with different category people, different mentality people, then how we learn and how we practice? That's why we involve in this type of platform, right? Because we don't have listening atmosphere, we don't have speaking atmosphere around us, because we are Indian, we are living in non-native speaker country, right? Then if we want to enhance our speaking, but then we have to focus also LSRW, not only listening and speaking. Anyone can they speak, anyone can they. It is a learnable language. It doesn't require any degree, percentage, any score, any medium, right? Anyone can learn, anyone can speak, but we have a different category learner. Well educated learner have a different activity, and illiterate people, they have a different activity to learn any language. They got atmosphere, right? Like a Delhi, Mumbai beggars, they can speak fluently because they got atmosphere. Street vendors, beggars, tourist guider, they have a less degree on their hand, right? 5 standard, 10 standard, but they can speak fluently because they got atmosphere. They always interact with foreigner, they always interact with tourist people, different state people, different country people. They don't have option to speak their mother tongue, they have to speak in English with them, right? That's why they got atmosphere. They listen and they speak with them. They got a language atmosphere, and they got also partners, right? They interact with them, tourist people. But well educated people, we don't have that atmosphere listening and speaking. That's why we take time to speak. But illiterate people, they never miss think about if I make mistake, what they think about others. But well educated people, we people always think, if I make mistake while interact with others, what they think about me. I have a double degree. They don't want to ready to lose their self esteem, dignity, and respect in front of anyone. That is a big issue. They don't open their mouth in front of anyone. They always think, if I speak perfectly and if I speak accuracy with grammar, then I want to interact with well educated people. But that time never come, right? That's why we have to speak with anyone or any category people, or we take also topic to discuss with anyone. It is my opinion, because if we don't practice, then we cannot do it, right? Because right, right. Required practice. Of course, definitely. But because perfect practice make you perfect. Not only practice means what? Because you have a good habit. If you cultivate good habit, before you told about discipline, you cultivate discipline about yourself, then lead your practice. Your discipline, your habit lead your practice. Otherwise, you cannot do it, right? Because that is a big issue in this day. Because you make a to-do list, but you don't take action to implement that to-do list. Then how can you do it? That is also practice, because you have to commitment with yourself. You have to take pledge with yourself, right? You tell yourself, I want to do within, means in this current year 2025, I have to speak better English. Then you commitment with yourself, your to-do list, right? Even though you see teacher, guider, mentor, they only give you advice, they provide you advice, but who implements that advice? You. No one can do, right? That's why, because if you never commitment, if you never make to-do list, bucket list for your better future, then no one can take risks about your future. You have to take risks about your future, right? Then that's why people, they always think in a different way, and they take action in a different way. But we have to do simultaneously. You make also to do list, and you ready to take action also, you ready to implement that action. Then within short period, anyone can speak also better English, and they can success also any kind of work, right? Not only language law. After completing your graduation, if you tell I want to crack SSC, state exam, UPSC, then you have to commit, then you can do it. That is a big issue. People, they always procrastination with the to-do list, right? Because they make to-do list, they have a dream. They always think, I want to be officer, I want to get government job, I want to build my I want to set up business. They only think, they are dreamer. That is a good, right? But they never implement that dream on daytime or through action. Then they only, while sleeping at night time, they dream something, they want to do something. But in the morning time, mm, of course, without taking action, you cannot do it, right? You have to take action. You have to implement. Of course, definitely, definitely. That's why people, they don't do any. They take time to make their to-do list or bucket list for their better future. They always take time. After 30, I guess in after 30, they want to do something. That is so too late to take action. Of course, yeah, because of that's why they always get job in 10,000 job. Mhm. Of course, definitely. That's why if you want to achieve something, then you have to commitment with yourself. That is a top exam in India. UPSC is a top, right? If you want to be, if you want to see in that position, then you have to do. We get a 24 hours, and who succeed that exam, they do hard work 16 hours, 20 hours, and 14 hours per day. They study, right? After that, no, it is not easy task. Today you make a to-do list, I want to appear that exam, but you think yourself, if you, are you ready to appear that exam? Are you ready to do hard work for that exam? Are you ready to invest your time 15 hours per day? Then according to your weak point, you make to-do list because you. Mhm. You can say you call me learner.